Hey, it's Doug with Backcountry Pilgrim. I am here today to talk about two new packs from Sierra Designs, one of the OG backpack manufacturers. Both of these are part of their new Flex series. Now, you might have heard of the Flex Capacitor. I actually did a review on that backpack some years ago. Well, now Sierra Designs has expanded their lines of Flex backpacks to 3, and they even include a fanny pack. One of these packs is a full-sized 40 to 60 liter backpack. I'll explain that size range in a minute. On the other hand, we have this pack, which is more of a day pack, and it goes from 20 to 30 liters. The expanded volume possibilities on these packs are what make them part of the Flex series. So I've used these packs on a couple of trips now, and I'm ready to give you my thoughts. Sierra Designs has a long history of backpack manufacturing, and their innovation has continued with the Flex line of backpacks. These are backpacks with the capability of expanding their carrying capacity by up to 20 liters. So I was honored that Sierra Designs sent me these packs to review. First, let's have a look at the Flex Trail. This backpack begins at 40 liters, but by untensioning several compression-type straps, it can expand to 60 liters. This pack is pretty large, and it holds a BV500 bear canister horizontally quite easily. The expandability makes it very easy to dial in the pack to exactly the size you need, so that you're not held captive to the volume that it comes with. Although most backpacks have compression straps, it's the gusseted material that makes the Flex series special. The fabric actually folds over on itself so that when the compression straps are tightened, you're not simply squeezing the material onto your gear, you're actually changing the size of the backpack itself. One very interesting feature of the Flex Trail is that it includes a front stuff pocket. This is something that a lot of people said they wanted on the Flex Capacitor, but because the straps went all the way across, there was no way to include one. Note that although Sierra Design's website calls the front stretch pocket large, it is not very big compared to most other backpacks. In fact, I would say it is smaller than most backpacks. You could pretty easily fit 2 1-liter smart bottles in it. However, that is about it, unless you are really cramming stuff inside there. This is a top-loading pack, but instead of a floating lid, there is a U-shaped top opening. There's no storage in this flap. However, in the front of the pack, there is a zippered pocket in addition to the stuff pocket. This pack has an adjustable harness, which will fit torsos from 15.5 inches to 21 inches. It does so by having a yoke-style shoulder strap attachment that attaches to a ladder of nylon loops on the back. It attaches with 1 locking clip and 1 floating clip. The Flex Trail has a perimeter frame that spans the outside of the pack and then curves inward and lodges itself right in the lumbar pad of the hip belt. I found this to work better than some other packs that just use a couple of independent stays. The shoulder yoke is padded, and there is an additional pad at the lumbar. The hip belt itself is extremely thickly padded and very comfortable. There are no shoulder strap pockets, nor is there a daisy chain with which to attach them. The Trail does have a couple of elastic bands for hydration hose routing, and you can use these to hang gear off of. However, the fact that they are installed diagonally makes it awkward. This pack has a standard elasticized hydration pocket and a little Velcro strap to hang a hydration bladder from. Inside the Flex Trail, there is also a generously sized interior zippered pocket. The side straps change the volume on this pack, and these can also be used as compression straps or storage straps for gear if you need to hang something off of them. On the hip belt are dual zippered hip belt pockets. These are quite large. The zippers work nicely. I was able to get my phone in and out of one of them without any problem. The sewn-in hip belt is secured with a large clip and rear pull straps that terminate in a small Y-shaped configuration at each side. Overall, the pack weighs 44 ounces, so it is not what I would call ultralight. However, it is definitely lightweight for a pack that can expand to 60 liters. Overall, I was very happy with the design of the Sierra Designs Trail. It was extremely comfortable, and really the only complaint I had about it was the torso adjustment, which shouldn't be a big deal once it's dialed in for your size, as long as one of your clips doesn't break like mine did. The Flex Hike is the Flex Trail's little brother. It is basically a day pack that can expand from 20 to 30 liters. It is also a gusseted backpack with a U-shaped top loader. However, the top compartment does have a pocket. Although there is only one size for the torso on the Hike day pack, it does have adjustable shoulder straps that allow it to sort of shift up and down and allow you to potentially use the small hip belt strap if you would like. Note that these are not load lifters. Rather, they allow the pack to sit higher or lower on your back. The hip belt pockets are mesh. They're a good size, but they are not zippered pockets, so you are relying on a fold-over elastic piece to keep whatever gear you put in there inside. The padding of the Flex Hike is much like the Flex Capacitor, with two good shoulder pads as well as a lumbar. The Flex Hike is a framed day pack. Inside there is a panel frame that basically gives the pack shape and also keeps it from collapsing under load. Like the Flex Trail, the Flex Hike also does not come with shoulder strap pockets or daisy chain. However, it is hydration bladder compatible. The compression / volume changing straps on the Flex Hike do wrap around the center, so there is nowhere to put a front stuff pocket. However, it does have two side pockets that are about the size of an 8-ounce bottle of water. These are independent pockets that close up with a zipper. Okay, so what did I think about these two packs overall? Well, first, both packs are very reasonably priced. If you compare the Flex Hike to Osprey's popular Talon 22, you're looking at $160 versus $150. And one of the closest packs in the Osprey line, the Stratus 44, is $230 versus the Sierra Designs at $200. The Sierra Designs actually cost less and is expandable. Second, I really liked the actual sizes that were chosen. 20 to 30 is a great size for a day pack because you're maybe down to 20 in the warmer times, but if you are going on a winter day hike and you need a bit more room for puffier coats and maybe throwing some extra gear in there, it's nice to be able to expand that pack to 30 liters. And the same with the backpacking backpack. 40 seems to be kind of the lower limit for more of an ultralight type loadout, 3-season loadout, whereas having those extra 20 liters is great if you are going somewhere in the winter or if you need to carry a bear canister. It's going to fit. Similar to the better price specs, the Sierra Designs also come in at very reasonable weights. Again, let's compare those to Osprey. The Osprey Talon 22 is pushing 33 ounces, whereas the similar sized Flex Hike is coming in at 30. The Osprey Stratus 44 is a whopping 58 ounces, whereas the Sierra Designs Trail, which can go up to 60 liters, comes in at 44 ounces. Further, I really like the opening to both of these packs. That U-shaped opening is very quick. There isn't a big heavy lid to flop over and pull the pack down with it. And I like the fact that you don't have to go through a multi-stage process to get inside the interior of the pack. One thing that I disliked about both packs, although I typically don't care about this, is the ability to get to water bottles inside the stretch mesh pockets. I found it very difficult to reach behind me and get water bottles in and out of those stretch mesh pockets. Now, the reason I don't usually care is because I almost always carry my water bottles up front, but then again, my packs usually have daisy chain webbing on them so that I can attach something to put the water bottle in on the front. And that is not something you can do very well with either of these Sierra Designs Flex packs. My next dislike has to do with a concomitant like. I love the idea that I can change the torso length or change where the pack is sitting on me on the fly. However, in both packs, the execution I found to be a little off. On the Flex Trail, the harness adjustment made sense visually, but I found it very difficult practically in real life to loosen up those clamps and get the thing moved around. My fingers just continually needed to be in a position that I couldn't quite get them into because the parts or the material were getting smashed together. On the Flex Hike, you have those load lifter looking straps. That's not really what they are though. Pulling on them simply raises and lowers the pack. It doesn't take anything off of the shoulders. And what I found is that after several hours of hiking, my shoulders were getting sore. That's not something I've experienced on a pack in quite some time. Regardless of whether they were loose or tight, whether I was using the hip or stomach belt or not, I just couldn't quite get the pack to be really comfortable. As you can probably tell, tell, most of the things I like about the Sierra Designs Flex series are very objective. They're features of the pack that make them great, and I love the innovation that Sierra Designs has introduced into the industry. Other than the Flex Trail's clip braking, I don't really have a lot of objective complaints. My dislikes really have more to do with the way I personally like to set up a pack and the comfort that I had with my body type. I think it's really just going to come down to whether or not they are comfortable on you. Alright, I hope this video on the Sierra Designs Flex Series packs has been helpful. If it has, why don't you give the video a like and subscribe to Backcountry Pilgrim if you are into hiking, camping, backpacking, and the gear that goes with it. Until next time, I'm Doug. Thanks for watching.